Hello everyone. I am An Merchant from Supreme Incubator. So, sir, I will just give you a brief introduction of you, and then we can begin the session.
Perfect.
Good evening, everyone. Today we have Rajendra sir with us. Rajendra sir is an alumnus of JNLU, Gandhinagar, a premium law university. He's a seasoned corporate lawyer and an expert in dispute resolution, banking, insolvency and restructuring, arbitration, corporate laws, and PMLA. He has represented MNCs before Supreme Court of India, High Courts, NCLT, NCLTS, NCDRC, district courts, and arbitration tribunals. His law firm, Karma Law Associates, advises startups and deals with regulatory and legal compliance. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, man. Yes. So, yeah, hi, man. Shall I start?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, hi. Good evening to all of you. I feel good to be with you and among you. So, our today's topic is I'll straightly come to the topic only, will not waste your time. Our topic is seed and angel round legal documents for startups. So, I believe most of you are from the startup community, or you may be thinking or planning to start your own startup. Now, the startup word in itself, when somebody tell you that Messrs X or Messrs Y is a startup, the first thing which come up in mind of everybody is it must be a new venture based on any new innovative idea, or wherein the people or the organization must be using some innovative technology, right? Now, to ensure that any idea, any venture reach its heights or it's successful, funding or finance plays a crucial role, because without funding or without finance, there are a lot of things which any entity cannot achieve. Now, the term seed and angel round legal documents, the legal documents, these are used for funding purpose only. So today we will discuss what are those documents, what are those legal compliances which one should keep in your mind or one should do for the purpose of ensuring that you get funding from the trusted partners. So let's start. I'll take you to the first slide. Now the first slide is pre-seed funding. Now, what is the meaning of this pre-seed funding? The pre-seed funding means जब आप कोई अपना बिजनेस या वेंचर स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करते हो, स्टार्ट करने के लिए जो फंडिंग रिक्वायर्ड है उसके लिए टर्म यूज ऑफ प्री-सीड. Now what are the requirement which a financier or a fund organization would look into? Now, they would certainly look for that there has to be a product. First and foremost requirement of a startup is there should be a product. Now, what do you mean by the product? Product means there has to be some kind of service or a product which can face some market value, right? The financier will look into the value which a product will face or service which you are offering. What are the value this is going to aid in the life of your prospective clients or customers. Second thing which a financier would look into is the team. Now, any startup is maybe started by a single person or 2, 3, 4, 5 people. together. Now the financier will look into the reliability and the credibility of the team. At the same time, they will look into your team size and your relevant experience, whether you have requisite experience and skills to ensure to take the startup on the height or on the success. Now the third is market. Now how market determines your funding? The thing is your product, your team, you have to demonstrate that you have the potential to ensure that your startup find a place in the market, because at the end of the day a successful startup means which a more number of client or more number of customers, and there is a the sale keep on rising. With the time pass, the sale keep on rising. The graph of sale should be on the rise. The market trend will also the financier will look into the market trend also. Now fourth aspect which they will look into is distribution. If the entity which startup you are trying to, you have already started or you are in the thought process of, they will look into the distribution process. See, you may be having a very good product. You may be a startup may be having a very good service model, but it should reach to the desired client or customer. Now the distribution can be smooth with the use of technology or with any good trend, which of course you business people will be in a better position to determine what kind of distribution model you will select. But the financier will look into it, this aspect also. Third is traction. Traction is a technical terms which is used for the purpose of what is the, how your product will, after launching your product, will succeed in the market, ups and downs in the market. Now let's discuss what are the sources of funding, because the startup community, you may be looking for funding. Now we need to see what are your anticipated sources of funding. Now first and foremost is crowdfunding. Now crowdfunding term we come into, you must have seen in news or in the social media, there are a lot of crowdfunding platforms are there. Crowdfunding means you take a fund from large number of people in a small amount. The amount will remain less, but there will be large number of people. Second is incubators. Now the incubators play a vital role to ensure that a startup at its early stage, when it is born, they will nurture it. We have seen lot of IITs, lot of universities, there are startup incubators. What they do, they assist, they provide assistance which are required for the startup at the early stage. Now if you get a good incubator, there are more chances that you will get lot of ancillary assistance from the incubator on, they will pitch for the startup. Third is early stage accelerator. Now there are lot of accelerators which are existing in the market which are looking for good startups. Now the fourth is family and friends. Now whenever somebody starts a business or venture, the first person to look for the finance is your near and dear, your close, somebody from your family or from your friends who has the capital. What you need to do is you need to convince them in your idea, in your product, your prospective customer and client base, how your product will succeed. And the fourth, fifth, and very most important are the investors. Now, investors, of course, family and friends, they are also the investor only. Now, what you should do when you are getting some funding from family and friends, my advice as being a lawyer will always be, even though they are your family and friends, if you are taking any funds from them, ensure that you do all the required legal paperwork. Paperwork is the primary concern. Paperwork, if there is a complete paperwork at the starts, it means you reduce the conflict which may arise in future in absence of the paperwork. Even though those are your family and friends, but paperwork should be done, it is must. I have seen a lot of people, of course, your family and friends will invest you only on your oral request, but it should be reduced into writing as a form of agreement. Now, let's come to the fifth kind of investors. Who are the investors? See, investors are the third party. They don't know you personally, and they don't care who are you in your personal life. They will approach you or you will approach them only on the basis of your startup, your idea, your product, your team strength, your market strategy, and your distribution, based on which you can convince any investor who are the third party. And of course, when you will be convincing, you have to convince in your business terms, in the financial term. Everybody is looking for high growth and good returns. Investors are only concerned for the returns. But whenever you are entering into any kind of agreement with any investors, ensure that you follow the rule, the applicable regulations, and the ethical practice. I have seen there are a lot of investors who try to invest in any startup in case. At times, what happens in the beginning, you may enter into any kind of agreement with those people mentioning all the case amount, which may bring you in trouble in future. Now, the sixth is government funding. There are a lot of government schemes which are available for the startup in different categories, which also you can avail. Now, I'll discuss what are the benefits of a Startup India schemes. See, all you must have heard about you must know very well that there are a lot of benefits for Startup India scheme, right? Now, these are few benefits which are available to you if you are registered with the Startup India scheme, which are good, and you should concentrate on this also. Second is MSME. See, MSME is a beneficial statute of passed by Parliament of India. There are a lot of benefits which are available to you under the MSME Act, like there are collateral-free loans from the bank, subsidy, overdraft, waiver of stamp duty and registration fees. See, stamp duty and registration fee is a huge headache. If you are registered under the MSME Act, you will get benefit of stamp duty and registration fees. Then there are exemptions in the tax. Now, see, these are the kind of document which are involved for funding process. Now, see, this is our today's main agenda to discuss what kind of documents are required for the purpose of funding. Now, what is first? The first is non-disclosure agreement. What is non-disclosure agreement? We'll discuss. The next slide is NDA. Now, second is term sheet. Third is share subscription agreement. Fourth is shareholder agreement. Fifth is founders agreement. Sixth is ESOP pool. And seventh, but not the last, is article of association. So let's discuss one by one. I hope you all are able to understand it. If you have any query, you can pop in. Yes. So what is NDA? You all must have heard this word numerous times. Now let's discuss. See, NDA is a very, very vital document. If you are a startup, you should, the first document which you should sign with any person is the NDA. This is a confidentiality agreement. Under this agreement, various clauses you can add. Objective of this non-disclosure agreement is to protect your right, your interest, protect your ideas, protect your important informations, key metrics, business propositions, innovation, content, software, etc. See what happens when you are negotiating with any prospective financier or any fund house. You may have to convince them or to show them your credibility, your reliability, and to convince them to invest in your venture. You have to share a lot of confidential document detailed information with respect to your startup, your entity. Now, what happens if at any stage in between the discussion that financier or that fund house decline to proceed further or decline to invest in your startup? By that time, you must have shared a lot of your documents, details. So this is the NDA. If you have signed at the beginning, will protect you. You can send if in future you found that that fellow, that financier has disclosed or distributed your idea, your innovation, your content to any third party, or they've used your idea, your innovation, your content, you can file a case against them for breach of the NDA. Right? Now, let's discuss the second part. Now, this is term sheets. Now, what is term sheet? Term sheet is an initial document which is signed between you and the prospective financier. See, term sheet is not binding. I'll repeat, term sheets are not binding, but at the same time, the content of the term sheet will decide your future course, future recourse. This is your pathway to build your relationship, to take forward your contractual obligations. Right? In a way, in the term sheet, what you need to do is you need to point out what are the deal agreements which you will be executing. You will kind of the outline your mutual understanding, so that based on these mutual understanding which you will arrive at during at the time of term sheet will be path breaking. Ultimately, the parties will go by the initial agreed term sheets, in which you can mention valuation, securities, board right, investor protection, and this is a broad. Whatever are your concerns, your viewpoint which you would like to be discussed or finalized in the final documents, you can put it in your term sheets. In a way, I'll say term sheets are your guiding document to arrive at the final outcome. Now, third is share subscription agreement. Now, what is your share subscription agreement? You all know very well that if an investor shows intent to buy the share, you execute a share subscription agreement wherein you can reveal the financial history, at the same time they can reveal the current status of the investor. So you being a startup or an entity, you will come to know the reliability and credibility of the investors. You can mention the prospective date on which the share will be subscribed, the rate, the mode of payment, any dispute or governing laws. You can mention these clauses in the share subscription agreement. See, I am not going into each and every terminology which are used for this agreement. If I will go into this agreement, even one agreement will take around 3 to 4 hours, because there are a lot of crucial clauses which are there in each and every agreement. My advisor recommendation will be, whenever you sign any share subscription or term sheet or any kind of MOU, you should get it verified or reviewed by a legal person, by a lawyer or CA. Now let's discuss about shareholder agreement. Now, what is shareholder agreement? You all very well know. This is an agreement is signed at the time of assigning or selling or purchasing the shares. Now, why this agreement is required? This plays a very vital role. It will refer to how much share are being issued or being transferred, how the dividend will be paid by the company, what are the dispute resolution mechanism which is proposed if in future any dispute arise, or the liability of a shareholder. Now, founders agreement. Founders agreement see, I have seen a lot of startups, when they start, they will simply assemble at one place, discuss between themselves how to proceed further. But at time in good faith, see, all these are done in good faith. They do not sign any written agreement. They do not do any paperwork. They do not assign any role and responsibility of each the founders. My recommendation will be, even if you are siblings and you are starting a venture and you both are co-founders, you must execute the founders agreement. Even if you are two brothers, cousin brothers, or very good and close friends, best friends, then also you should execute and sign a founders agreement. Because if something is there in written which will prevent any major conflict in future. Now, in the founders agreement, what you can do, what are the main content which should be there, is the, of course, you can mention name of your startup, name of your entity, what will be your business prospect, what will be your product or service, how you will cater to your innovations, your ownership, initial investment made by each of the co-founders, what will be the responsibility of each person, who will manage finance, who will manage marketing, who will do the innovation, who will concentrate on the business development. Each and everything you can or you should include in the founder agreement. In a way, the ownership detail, remuneration or compensation payable to each and everyone, role responsibility of the each and every person in clear terms. Of course, you being the co-founder, if in future you think there is a need to amend it, you are free to amend at any point of time. Yes, this is also very vital. ESOP pool. This is employee stock ownership plan. This plays a vital role. What happens? You tell one of your employee that I am giving you ownership right. I mean, you are including an employee as an owner, co-owner. In a way, ESOP pools boost the morale of the employees. It integrates all the employees into a joint team. It makes that the employees or this team plays a vital role. It's a kind of team building, but at the same time, this plays a vital role in ensuring that the success of the startup will depend upon the work or the inputs or role played by each and every employee. I have seen a lot of big startups, they opt for ESOP at particular point of time. Now, when you should opt for ESOP pool, is a decision has to be taken with full business acumen after deliberate discussion among all the co-founders. Yes. Now, article of association. What is article of association? Article of association is bylaws by which a company is done. There are two words you must have heard and you must know very well. One is MOA, second is AOA. Both these documents are mandatory for the purpose of incorporating a company or entity. AOA can be amended at any point of time. It decides or contains the bylaws of the company, how the member or how the management will functions, how its accounts and auditing things has to be done. In a way, it lay down your internal governance or internal structure as the company will be run. Yes, I think we have done with our documentation part. I have only covered in brief what are the documents which are required. I am not going into nitty-gritty of each and every document. If you have any doubt with respect to any of the agreement which is required, of course, it will depend upon the nature of the startup, depend upon the nature of transaction which you will be entering into. the content of the agreement has to be vetted carefully, and the legal obligations, because there are a lot of legal obligations, has to be kept in mind. Therefore, in my view, these documents require a thorough review by a legal person. Yes. Now, let's discuss about intellectual property rights. Now, what are intellectual property rights? Your idea, your product, the content of the idea, your formula which is used for manufacturing a product, all these are your intangible assets. These fall within intellectual property rights. Now, what happens when you are negotiating with a financier? At the same time, you should ensure that you protect your rights fully. With your IPR right should be protected fully. You can sell your IPR rights at any point of time. There are copyrights. I am not going into this. I think we are running short of time. I have taken almost 30 minutes. So I'm not going into each and every terms. Copyright is there, trademark is there. Of course, this is very crucial. What you should do whenever you are thinking or planning to start your venture, you should apply for registration of the trademark. Yes. Now, a very important point which we'll discuss: dilution of or determination of share and voting power. Now, whenever a company issue an additional stock or additional share, they have to reduce the value of the existing shareholders. There are various modes of dilution: conversion, secondary offering, or offering new share in excess of the acquisition of service. Valuation of share. See, I'll stress upon it. Valuation of share plays a vital role. Any financier or fund manager will determine the value of the share, which will play a crucial role. At the same time, your valuation of share will be crucial to determine whenever you approach a financial institution or bank to get your loan, your share price will play a vital role. Whenever there is any merger, acquisition, or reconstruction, amalgamation, valuation of share plays a vital role. Whenever you are converting your company, it's required. For tax assessment, it must. Now, what are the modes of evaluation of shares? It can be asset-based, income-based, and market-based. I'm not going into each and every terminology. These are some kind of legal and finance terms. Yes, thank you. I think I have been able to wind up within 30 minutes, which was allotted to me. Now, yeah, hi, Mr. Merchant.
Hello, sir. Yeah, sir. We can now move to question and answers.
Right.
If anyone has any question, they can either type in or can unmute and ask, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, actually, due to this, not only the corona, generally the startup founders are facing so many financial issues, so that their civil may be damaged. Most of the people. So the civil score will be, personal civil score will affect on this investment raising?
It ever see, whenever the investor is approaching you, they do their own legal duty. In their legal duty, they will look for reliability and credibility. So in my view, the personal civil will also play a vital role. If they come to on account that there is any default, any kind of default, they may back out.
Okay, okay. So if our civil score is not good, so we need not to go to the investor, I mean, raising
You
funds?
can see ultimately on account of COVID, lot of people are facing the civil issue. But then also there are, if you have a very good product, you have a very reliable team, and you can convince the investors. There are investors who are ready to invest and finance.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. We have one question in the chat box. Is a founder responsible for valuation certificate before fundraising?
See, valuation certificate is required by the financier or by the investors. They look and they ask for a valuation certificate from the founders to ascertain his point of view about his value of the entire organization. But at the same time, investor will do their own independent valuation. There is no mandatory requirement, but usually in practice I have seen lot of investor will ask the founders to give this valuation certificate. You can obtain it from your CA and get it prepared.
Okay. The next question is, how can founders give valuation data at seed stage?
Right. So for that, if you are giving the valuation data, my recommendation or suggestion will be, you should first execute a. So if you execute a non-disclosure agreement, the data or the valuation sheet which you are giving, the investor cannot use it against you or misuse it. If in future you found that they are misusing it, you can take appropriate legal action against them.
Okay.
Yes, next.
Next question is, at what stage should founders do the founders agreement?
I will say at the beginning, at the very inception of the idea, or before launching the product or service. Before your launch or pre-launch, when you do your own homework, do a lot of other things, at that point of time, the founders agreement should be there in place. What happens after launching, you will face a lot of issues in execution, in marketing, in sales, in revenue. So some differences may arise among the co-founders. So it is better when everybody in his good mood, everybody is energetic at the hype. When there is I'll say that, of course, confidence will remain there, trust will also remain there, but it should be signed at the earliest so that the future conflict can be avoided or reduced.
Very well said, sir.
Yes. Any other question?
What are the most important points to focus on in term sheets?
Term sheets, yes. See, I'll tell you, term sheet is not a binding agreement as such, but when a term sheet is signed between two parties, it in a way both parties are writing or putting into writing their own points or their own intent or their own mutual obligation which they would like to proceed further. Say for example, if there is any prospective investor who would like to invest X amount, you can, in the term sheets, if he is willing to invest entire amount in 3 tranches, you should ensure and fix the timeline in the term sheet itself. Value and the price also you should mention, and how much return or share which you will give to that investor against that funding, you should mention clearly. It may happen on that day you are willing to give only 20%, but after 6 months you are willing to give only 10%. There may be some conflict. So all those conflicts should be avoided by including all possible points, concerns in the term sheets. Of course, whenever you will sign a binding agreement, term sheet will have no value. The binding agreement should be applicable. But till that time, to ensure that both parties negotiate perfectly, term sheet play a crucial role. In a way, it shows your initial intent on which you both parties have started their negotiation. Yes.
The next question is, what are the best 3 crowdfunding platforms in India and world, as there are too many fake ones?
See, whenever you are going for the crowdfunding, you should look for the reliability only. Because I am not a finance guy, I cannot suggest you which is the best. And there are lot of incubators or lot of other accelerators in the who are helping the investors. You can approach them; they will be the better person to guide you, which is the best crowdfunding in your particular segment. It may happen that there are few crowdfundings for particular segment, which may not fit your startups. So you should approach the best crowdfunding is a platform which is good for your startup in a way in the startup category. Yes.
Sir, okay, sir. Thank you. I got a clarification, sir. But one small clarification, sir. Another clarification.
Right.
Due to this COVID, my chartered account also they have closed their company. So I want to move my documents to other place, but they don't have any.
Your chartered account at CA. Hello, sorry, I couldn't get your question completely. Could you please repeat? Yeah.
I think that's some audio issue from his side.
Okay. Is CA has shifted or what?
Anybody else has any question? They can unmute themselves or write in the chat box.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Yeah, actually, sir, due to the COVID, my chart account has closed his company. So
Okay.
I want to move to another company. So he don't have proper documents to submit. With actually the DIN number, everything is in his office only. So okay, if I change my chart account, it will affect on my future.
No, not at all. See, you can change your CA at any point of time.
Okay.
Provided, see, your CA is bound to give you each and every document which is in his possession. But of course, if he is your statutory auditor, he will keep record of it with himself also. Because he may be made a party in any of the legal proceedings, he will keep a copy with him, but he is bound to return the document which you would like from him. If
So
he is not giving, if there is some genuine ground on account of COVID, he is unable to give you, fair enough. But for some other reasons, but he is taking the hiding behind the fact of COVID and not giving, you can approach the ICAI, which is the regulatory authority for all the CAs, file a complaint against him if he is not giving you any documents.
So it's simply saying that everything is already we submitted through your emails. Everything is on the online. So we don't have just except your DIN numbers. Everything is already we have transferred to you. So we did not give you to give your DIN numbers. You have to pay some more money. So like that, they are saying. Actually, we have our DIN numbers. DIN number means it's having any physical product like pen drive like that. Otherwise, it isn't.
No, what you can do, I think best it, you approach the other CA whom you would like to avail the services. I think he will be the better person to guide you, to assist you, to help you. If all documents are already there in your email, and few documents are there which were updated on various sites or ROC, your entity is a private limited company.
Yes, sir. It is a private limited company.
So it means he was supposed to do some compliance work, upload on the ROC on Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. Your audited financial statement can be downloaded with a one mouse click by paying only nominal charges. So it's better you approach the CA whom you wish to engage. He will assist you to reconstruct the document and data if you are not there. Despite that, if you are facing any issue not getting the document which were with the CA, you can very well approach them and write them, and they cannot ask for more money.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, sir. Actually, they don't aware of this. I mean, generally they can register for the companies and like that. They don't know deeply about this innovation or this startup world. So that is the reason also I want to change him. But due to the COVID, I want to seriously I want to change. So that's the reason only I
see, it's your choice. It's a free market.
And one more thing, sir. Actually, we are from my startup is farmer007.com. It is a online platform for the farmers. Already we selected under the Ministry of Agriculture government. So already we got 25 lakhs grant from there. But due to the COVID also, it is postponing. So since 6 months, they are saying next month they are going to release the fund. Maybe it may take 1 or 2 months. It is going to get some grants. But some of the private incubators are saying that if you get government fund, it is difficult to get fund from the private investors. Is there any cross check like that? I mean,
I don't think so.
Because
no, I don't think so. Only thing is, when you are getting the government funding, you see the terms and condition. If there are any negative covenant in granting the funding or not.
Because they have so many terms and conditions is there. So a part of that we are. It is
right. What you need to do is you need to show those terms and conditions to a legal persons and take an opinion whether those amount to any negative covenants or based on which whether the private investor will run away or not. Usually the government when they are funding any startups, they don't in a way I don't think there will be much negative covenants, but then again also you should check it.
Okay, sir. Actually, sir, it is a agri university like college.
Right.
But generally it is a related to agri-college, so their minds will be the closed minds. So
Might be.
so
It's better. I will be also able to guide you only after going through the documents and terms and condition.
okay, sir. Generally, we don't know what the deeper inner side meaning of the terms and condition, no, sir, because we are aware of our platform. We don't know about of the rest of the things. So okay, as
then it's required. It's better. See, these are preventive. You should take assistance of any professional who is expert in that particular field.
they are forcing to do in the control of themselves only. They are restricting us. That is the main issue with them, because they are feeling that they are giving money from their own packet. So with that issue, we are losing our freedom. So that's the reason we are afraid of that fund. So that's the reason
you should examine all those issues.
Okay, sir. And even though they are the government fund, they are also able to. I mean, they will cross check the CIBIL, sir. Generally.
See, it depends. I see because nowadays government funds also going to deep and do all legal DD and they will cross check everything.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I have taken the maximum time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, one last question. Actually,
yes.
This is for only farmers. Please, if you in your idea and in your knowledge, what is the best crowdfunding for the online building platforms?
See, for farmers and agriculture, since I do not come from the finance background, I may not be the right person.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So that was the last question for the day, sir. Thank you so much for conducting this
any
session.
other person wish to, if he was unable to ask any question on account of, because there are multiple questions from the one person.
Yeah.
You can request. Maybe somebody was waiting to raise some question.
Okay. Anybody has any last question?
Perfect.
Okay, sir. So thank you, sir, so much for conducting this session. It was very insightful, and we hope to conduct sessions with you in future also.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.